me see. Okay, I think that'll do. Not a good idea. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am testing first the light situation. Yeah, that could be better. Right. Could definitely be better. I think that's a little bit better. And if we put this one over here, hold on just a second. And like that. No, it's too yellow. What about that? That's too bright. What if I do this? I don't think that helps. Really sorry, my setup wasn't ready, but I don't even know how to test it before going live. So yeah, sorry. To anyone who's actually watching this after it's gone live, because right now there is nobody watching, but if anyone is watching this after I finished and they're wondering why it's so messy and why I'm taking so long to get ready, that's why. I'm really sorry. I wasn't ready because I did not know how to test it. It's very strange that, let's listen to some music while I'm doing this, shall we? This song. Actually, I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, some tea over here. Well, anyways, while I finish trying to set things up in regards to my lighting situation, what is the purpose of this live? Well, I was making videos. I've been making videos, right? I was making them as a live video show kind of thing to make the video, but I actually I'm already able to now record the videos and edit them. So yeah, I don't need to do that anymore, which is great, I think. So because I don't need to do that anymore, I don't need to be recording the videos live and then uploading them, I decided we can use these live videos for something else. You know, we can have another purpose for them. Where can I put my water? Let's put the water over here. I think I'm a bit obsessed with how things look. I don't know why. But anyways, yeah, I thought, hey, we could use these live videos for something else. So what I thought is, how about questions, right? What about questions? So what I can do is I can have live questions where I'll be answering any questions anybody has. And since as of right now, I don't have anybody asking me any questions because this is the first time that I do it, then I thought, well, I can then look for some questions online. So I was like, oh, we can go on Reddit, find some questions over there of people who are learning Spanish and they have some questions that they want to ask, and then I can answer those questions, and maybe that would help you. I hope my music is not too loud and that is not distracting. I thought it would just be nice to have something in the background. So yeah, so let's do that. I wish I knew how to set it up so you could see my screen. And I know technically you can use OBS to do that, but I spent a good too many afternoons trying to set that up and I couldn't. So for now, I'm just going to read the questions. Right? I'll read the questions and then we'll work from there. Well, let's see. Let's see what the questions are. Sorry, one last time. I'm going to try to move the lights. What if I take this light and I put it here? It's literally my desk lamp. that I'm trying to work with, that I'm trying to use to light up my room a little bit. To make things even better, well, it's winter already in it, so it's getting dark very early. So that means that I have very few hours that I can actually be trying to do this with no light. That's what we have with no light. That's what we have with this light. Yeah, and to make things even better, apart from the fact that it's winter, so it's already getting dark very early on, well, my light bulb blew out 2 days ago, and I haven't actually had time to go and buy a new one and replace that. But you know what? I like this yellow. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay with this. I like this yellowish. I don't know. I like to work in this semi-dark vibe. I've been working like this past couple of days, and I like it. I think it's because I get a lot of migraines, and even though the computer kind of like could give me a migraine, I keep the computer on like a setting that doesn't really bother my eyes, and then just reducing the light helps. Anyways, I don't even know what we're listening to. What are we listening to? This is just some random song I found. But let's see. First question. Well, here I have it. First question. I haven't read these questions before, so I actually don't know what they're going to say. Obviously, I'm not beyond saying I don't know. So if I don't know something, I'll just say I don't know. I'm really sorry, I can't help you, right? So if there is a question that I find here that I don't know the answer to, I will say it that I don't know the answer to it. We might do a little bit of research on the moment, on the spot, or I might just write it down, take a note, and next time we do another live session for answering questions, I will bring the answer to that. I can ask some friends of mine that are also teachers, far more professional and experienced than me. I can ask them, or I can just do a bit of research on the internet. Why do I look blue now? This whole light is annoying me so much. You have no idea. Anyways, it doesn't matter. You're here to learn Spanish, and Spanish we shall learn. So let's see. The first question, most popular question, says, why would rain need to be conjugated? And then we have a screenshot of conjugations of the word llover. Llover, right? Double L-O-V-E-R, llover. It means rain, right? To rain. Now, the thing is, that's an interesting question, right? They're asking, why would I need to conjugate llover? But what he means by conjugating is like for different people, not only for different times, right? It's not only about like, oh, it's raining, it was raining, it will be raining, but rather also I rain, you rain. That's what the question here is. And that is a very valid question, right? Why would we need that? Well, as somebody here, let me see. Somebody here actually already answered that question, and they pointed out that the reason why is because there are some expressions in Spanish that use this word as a part of the expression. For example, the example that they write here, it says, me llueven muchos problemas. Me llueven muchos problemas. So there are a lot of problems raining down on me, right? A lot of problems, many issues, a lot of trouble raining down on me. It's an expression, right? It means, well, I have a lot of trouble right now, but many problems right now going on in my life. And that's basically why, really, because of these expressions, right, that would mean something different from their literal meaning. That's why they're expressions. They're very metaphorical, but that's why we would need them. So that's what I would say. I think that's a very good answer. Now, whether or not you should remember them, that's a bit of a different question. I don't think it's that important, really. I don't think so. I don't think you really need to memorize or remember the different conjugations for these because, well, it's just expressions. And I believe that at least at the beginning, you're better off learning other things, right? Other basic things, rather than trying to memorize expressions, trying to remember expressions. Because expressions, let's remember that they're very specific to the situation, to the circumstances, and the context in which you use them. So I would say, yeah, they're not that useful. So I would say, well, that's the answer. If you ever wondered why is there yo llueva, tú lluevas, right? Because this is in present subjunctive. Well, yeah, that's why. But I don't really think you need to bother with that. You don't need to remember them unless you're already fluent enough that you know that you can include expressions into your vocabulary. You can include this kind of metaphorical ways of speech, forms of speech. Then okay. And in that case, yes. So you just look them up, llover, different conjugations. You look them up and you use them. And then you can use these expressions. Okay, let's see. Question number 2. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I closed the other one. Well, whatever. Question number 2. This is weird. What does yo voy a hacer la cena mean? I think this is okay. So what I think is happening here is that probably the person that is asking this question, they might really wish I could. What I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. Since 10 out of 10, probably nobody's going to be watching this live. There is nobody watching this live. If anyone watches it, they're probably going to watch it afterwards. So if you're watching this after, I am going to go to the description of the video and I'm going to leave there the questions written down so that you can see them spelled, so that you know what I'm talking about. So if you're watching this video after it was live, you can go down there. And if you're wondering how to write what I'm talking about, you can see it there. And I promise I'll do my best to try to figure out how to share my screen. So next time you can see what I'm talking about and you can see what I'm looking at and what the questions are. But anyways, the question here says, yo voy a ser la cena, right? With the verb to be, ser. Ser, yo soy, tú eres, él es, ella es, nosotros somos, ustedes son, right? So the verb ser. And what I think, which again is something that somebody else already pointed at, so why am I really answering these questions? Somebody else already answered them. Well, no, I'm doing it because, these are in written form. These are over here. And like, what if you like learning from YouTube? I personally, for example, I've never used Reddit to learn anything. I've rarely ever gone on Reddit. I only have been using it for like the past couple of days because I thought I could use it for something like this, for a video or something like that. But I don't really like learning from people's posts and comments. I don't know. I just don't really enjoy that. So that's why I'm doing it. Maybe it's the same case for you. Maybe you learn from videos, but not so much from reading this, threads of answers and questions. So that's why we're doing it. So let's see. Well, what the person here is saying, and I agree, is that most likely this is a misunderstanding. This is a mistake, really. The person probably asking the question heard this, yo voy a hacer la cena, right? And decide, or probably thought, oh, okay, well, yo voy a hacer la cena. But that's not really what was said. What was most likely said is the verb hacer, verb hacer, Hacer, to do, to make, right? Yo voy a hacer la cena. Problem is that probably, said in conversation, it was said a bit too fast and it sounded like it was the verb ser, where in reality is the verb hacer. So I think that's all that's happening. It's just a bit of a problem there. So yeah, yo voy a hacer la cena would mean I am going to make dinner, right? Voy a, going to, voy a, that's, I feel like it's the most direct translation and the most accurate translation of going to. It's really bothering me that this looks so blue. One more change. Bear with me, my friends. Bear with me. If you're out there watching these and you're like, man, stop fidgeting with the lights, just get on with the video, get on with the questions. Well, I'm really sorry, my friend. Now it is pitch dark. It's really dark. You're gonna be like, what is this weird video? Why is this so dark, isn't it? So let's give it a try. Let's see. What if I do that? Again, it's a little better, but it really is just blue now. Why is my question? Why is it so blue? I have a lamp over there. Problem is the cord is too short, so it doesn't reach my the sockets that I have down there. And I put the lamp over there. I had it over here, but it's too bright. It annoys me. I'm probably just going to buy more lamps. Buy more lamps. Tune in next week to see how the never-ending fight with my light is going. Anyways, question. We were on the question. Yo voy a hacer la cena. So that's what I think was happening. Now I see some conversation going on here, so I'm going to read this real quick and see what it is. If somebody's saying that there was something else. I was texting a person and we're talking about food, and then they said this. Now I'm confused if they're telling me they're going to eat dinner, or if they're flirting by saying that they're the dinner. Oh. Yeah, no, that's just not. No, I really don't think that even this, like flirty way, like, no, there is no double meaning to this. That could be, oh, I am going to be the dinner. That would really mean what you think it would mean in this case, which would be a little bit, and it would be understandable if it's not easy to understand it, if it had a double meaning, right? Something more complicated, something that goes beyond, but not really. There's definitely no sexual connotation that I can remember that we would ever say regarding this, at least not in that way. So, no, I would say most likely, since now they told us that it was in text, most likely the other person just, mistyped. It was a mistake, it was a typo, maybe autocorrect. It happens to me a lot that sometimes I'm typing with my keyboard in English and I'm talking with my family in Spanish, and I end up saying random things that are very weird and nobody knows what I'm talking about, even though we're all natives and we're all just talking in a language we're fluent in. It happens to anyone in any language. So I think that's it. So that's it. That's that question. It was just a misunderstanding, but I think, well, a good opportunity to learn the use of voy a, going to, right? Voy a hacer la cena, and usually after that a, you would have a verb, right? I'm going to, and then a verb. Well, the same in Spanish. Voy a cocinar, voy a hacer, voy a bailar, voy a cantar, right? There you go. It's one of the most common and useful future tenses in Spanish. Let's leave that one there so that I don't lose them, so I can put them in the description of the video afterwards, right? I'm gonna stop looking at the screen so that the fact that it's blue stops bothering me. No, but it's getting really dark. Like, people are gonna be like, what am I even looking at? It's a black screen at this point. Ugh. No, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do 2 more questions. How long have I been here? It's only been 17 minutes. I thought it was already like half an hour. Okay, let's do 2 more questions. I would say 2 or 3 more questions maybe, because it's getting a bit too dark, and then it's just not going to be, it's just not good. Right? It's not good. Nobody's going to be able to really learn or benefit from this. So yeah, 2 more questions, and then after that I'll quit. I'll leave it be for today, and I promise I'll buy some more lamps for next time. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll get another one of those lamps. I don't know, but we'll do my best. Okay, I can't do it in the mornings when it's still, bright and beautiful out there, because I teach in the mornings. That's why. I don't know what happened. My brain just went fully blank. So yeah, I teach in the morning, so that's why I can't do it. Anyways, let's see. Next question. Proper verb for to wear, as in like to wear clothes. I suppose that is the question here. I learned that llevar was mostly used for to wear. Llevar as in double L-E-V-A-R. Llevar una camisa, right? Example here. But in that case, there would be no way to differentiate between to wear a shirt and to carry a shirt. I've been using Duolingo recently for vocabulary, and they say usar is the way to say to wear. If either, which would I use? Right? I think that question should have been, which should I use? Or which would you use? Anyways. Right. Well, yeah, that's not an easy answer, right? Because we don't have such a clear cut, this is the verb to wear, and you use this when you're wearing something. Even I would say llevar is not, at least in my version of Spanish, Costa Rican Spanish, right? And maybe most likely Latin American Spanish, llevar is not actually the word that we use more often to refer to this. We do understand it, and we would understand it if you use it, but it's not the one that we would choose personally. So let's say that I want to say, for example, today I'm wearing a black fleece, right? So I would say, hoy. Hold on, I went blank. Tengo una camisa, una suéter negra. Suéter comes from the Anglicism. It's when we take an English word and we adapt it a little bit to Spanish, and it's very common in Latin America. We have a lot of Anglicisms in Latin American Spanish. So suéter becomes suéter. But for to be more proper, abrigo would be actually a jacket, a coat, right? Anyway, so let's say hoy tengo una sueta negra. Tengo un abrigo negro. O hoy llevo un abrigo negro. If we were to use llevar, right? Other ones, usar, right? I actually see it right there. Usar, somebody answered that. Colloquially, we would say usar. Hoy estoy usando, but you see, here's the thing. The reason why it's not such an easy answer and why we don't just simply say, oh yeah, it's this one, because we don't actually say it with just one word, right? I wouldn't say if my friend asked me, hey, what are you wearing? What color sweater are you wearing, right? We're trying to find each other. We're somewhere downtown. It's like, okay, I can't see you. What are you wearing? Right? I would say, oh, I'm wearing, straight into it. I'm wearing, and then the object, right? The noun. Well, in Spanish, I would say, traigo un abrigo negro, right? Traigo, llevo, estoy vestido con un abrigo negro. Hoy me puse, I put on un abrigo negro. So yeah, it's not really that simple. I would say it's not really that simple. There is a lot that changes, and like I said, a lot of differences between the countries. So what I would suggest is pick one that you find easier to remember. Pick one that you feel more familiar with, that feel more comfortable with, and use that one, because there is none that is more correct than the others. Llevar, traer, ponerse, right? None of these are decisively more wrong or right than all the others. Vestir, which be to dress in, is the one that is more closely related to wearing, but that one doesn't work in its on its own. It doesn't work by itself. I can't just say hoy vestir un abrigo negro. I can't say that. I would have to say hoy estoy vestido con un abrigo negro, or hoy estoy vistiendo un abrigo negro. If I was to say what is the most, proper translation of this, I would say estoy vistiendo. That would be I'm wearing. Or hoy visto, today I wear. So vestir, I would say, is the most proper verb. If you wanted to be, really specific about it. But like I said, use any of the others, use whichever you feel most comfortable with. I would suggest when you're watching TV, when you're watching shows, because that's another thing. These things tend to change, right? Sometimes in one country, we're using one word for, a few years, and then it changes. So I would say when you're watching TV, see which one is being used in whichever version of Spanish you're learning. If you're focusing on Mexican Spanish, Latin American Spanish, South American Spanish, or Central American, if you're learning Spanish from Spain, whichever one version you're focusing on, because I do believe you should focus on one. Obviously, you want to learn from as much as possible and you want to be able to understand, but because understanding each other is not really a problem between the different versions of Spanish. The most important thing for you is to stick to one so that you don't get confused. So find which one, for example, llevar is, in my opinion, from Spain, right? Tengo puesto or ponerse is a more Latin version. They both mean similar things, but yeah, find which one is the one used in your version that you're learning, and use that one. Stick to that one, and don't worry too much about the other ones being more correct, or hearing someone use it or saying it a different way and being like, oh, am I saying it wrong? No, you're not. It's just a different way, right? This question had a bit of a two-part thing going on. I see here that it says, how would you make a difference between saying you're carrying a shirt and you're wearing a shirt? Well, yeah, you're right. There wouldn't be such a clear-cut difference. So context, isn't it? It's just about context. You would be able to tell from the context, or from the fact that, yeah, they have, one of them would be used with the full form of the verb. Like I said, estoy vestido de, then that one, no place for doubting here. That definitely would mean I am wearing, right? Or I am dressed in. And then the other would mean I'm carrying. So yeah, I would say it's a lot about context. I see one here that I feel like is the best answer. It says, I see there is differences between the countries. In Spain, I say llevo puesto or tengo puesto. If you want to use the verb tener, to have, I would say puesto, right? So tengo puesto, which, yeah, I agree with this answer here. I would go for that one, tengo puesto, right? Which is what we say in Latin America, tengo puesto. So yeah, it is a quite complicated one. I said two more, so let's find another one. How long? It's been 25 minutes. This is a really short live session so far. What is going on? Sorry, I just saw I got a message here. No, never mind. Oh, it's an email from my accountant. I'll reply later. Okay, so here is our fourth and last question of the day. Trying to say he married an American in Spanish. Ah, okay. I see. Right. So what is the issue with that? Okay, here, I didn't see there was another bit. There was more to the question. Would this translate to, there's the question, se casó con una americana or él casó una americana? Right, okay. Yeah, well, the first one, se casó con una americana, right? Not él casó una americana. The reason, well, casarse is a reflexive verb. So you need a reflective pronoun in front of there, right? Who married whom, right? Se casó. Él se casó. You can't just say él casó, right? So you can't say él casó because you don't have the reflexive pronoun. So you need it, se, right? And it is according to whom is the subject of the sentence. In this case, the sentence subject is él. Is él whom we're talking about, him. So él se casó. However, you can say se casó because of the fact that in Spanish, right, we can have a desinential subject in the sentence. We don't have to, which means it just means we don't have to say who we're talking about. It is implicit in the verb. It is obvious from the verb. So we can just say se casó con una americana because we don't need to say él, right? But you do need to say se. So the versions that are allowed, that are correct, él se casó, blah, 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 blah. Se casó, la, 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 la. Okay? Definitely not él casó. Because if you spell it with S, that's just wrong. And if you spell it with a Z, that's a different verb. And that means he hunted. Right? So, and if you're just saying it and you just say él casó something, something rather, then now we would assume that you're talking about the verb to hunt, because that one isn't reflexive. So we don't need the reflexive pronoun, and that's why we would be like, okay, well, then you're talking about hunting. What a weird thing to say. He hunted an American. Well, that's very weird. So yeah, that's why you can definitely not have the personal pronoun él, but you do have to have, right, the reflexive. So se casó, that one is necessary. And by the way, casó has an accent on the O. I see that it's not here, so that's important. Now, that's the first thing. Se casó con somebody. Se casó con anybody. Se casó con whoever, whatever, right? Now, I do know, and I see that is already happening down here in the in the comments, that they are correcting them from saying Americana as a translation of American. And the reason for that, if you haven't really run into these kind of worms, that is the correct designation of being American between Spanish and English. Well, welcome to the world of Latin America and learning Spanish versus the US or North America. In Spanish, we would never refer to Americans, people from the United States of America, as Americans, because in Spanish, America is the continent, okay? And I'm not telling you whether or not I think this is right or wrong or good or bad. I'm simply saying, if you're speaking Spanish, in Spanish, Americana means a person, female, who was born anywhere in the entire continent, right? So all the way from the north down south to Chile. So yeah, that wouldn't really be what you want to say. If I work as a translator and interpreter, and if someone said, "Oh, he married an American," I would never think to translate this as "él se casó con una americana." Why? Because to the person that speaks Spanish, I'm not telling them from which country the person they married is from. In Spanish, culturally, and what is this? This isn't necessarily cultural. This is more of a what we would say within a language, what is considered the common knowledge that is of that language. In Spanish, especially Latin American Spanish, Americana or Americano refers to people of the whole continent. So it just wouldn't be accurate. It wouldn't make sense. So for that reason, yeah, you need to translate it correctly. You need to translate it to what it is in Spanish, which is estadounidense, which is really long. I know. But that's what we've got. That is what we call people from the United States. In Spanish, the US, it's called Estados Unidos, and the people from that country are estadounidense, right? So yeah, that's what we call it. Now, I personally also don't refer to the US as America in English. I also think it's wrong, but that's just my personal opinion, and that doesn't really matter that much for this question. The question was, how do you say this in Spanish? Now, how do you say this in Spanish? In Spanish, you say se casó or él se casó, right? Con una estadounidense, and that's it. That is how you say it in Spanish. There we go. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 4 questions. We've done 4 questions. And God, is this blue? This whole thing is blue and grainy and dark and terrible, terrible. This is just bad YouTube video quality right here. I hope at least my microphone is working so the audio is decent, because gosh, the video is terrible. There's nothing I can do at this point. We've already done it. We've answered some questions. I don't think that was my best job. I don't think that was my best work ever, if I am to be honest with you. I feel like I was rambling a bit too much. I was definitely a bit confused, a bit lost. I thought that it would be genuine to not look up the questions beforehand. But, well, why would you care for that? You're here for the answers. You're here to learn. You're not here for me to be genuine about how long it takes me to give you the most correct, condensed answer. And I feel like if I just see them for the first time while I'm making the live show, well, it just really, it's not for your benefit. It's not for your benefit. And well, what I want from this YouTube channel, from these videos that I'm making, is to help people that are trying to learn Spanish. So in the interest of, best benefiting you, the learners, the people that are trying to learn Spanish. Why am I saying try? People that are learning Spanish, right? Well, yeah, for that reason, my friends, I think next time I'm going to look up the questions beforehand. I'm going to read them and prepare so that I can give you the most accurate, condensed, researched answers I possibly can. And I think that's going to be better for all of you. Then we might even cover more questions, because there will be less time wasted on me just trying to put my thoughts together and trying to find the best answer in it. So there we go. I believe that is all for today. We've been here for 33 minutes. We've done 4 questions, and I hope that you've learned something. If not, let me know. If I left you with more questions than answers, let me know as well, and I'll try to do better next time. I really definitely like to, yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's fine. I definitely like improving. I like improving, and I love teaching. I really do. So yeah, if this was not good, which I know it wasn't great, and you have any suggestions, you have any feedback, you think I could do better, please do let me know. Now, another thing, bear in mind, I saw someone the other day say something. I know it was actually on another comment on another video, and it wasn't related to learning Spanish. It was related to learning English. But yeah, just in case you're wondering, hey, why are you speaking so much in English? This is a learning Spanish YouTube channel. Well, I am parting here from the assumption that people are beginners and that they might not be able to understand these explanations in Spanish. So that's what that's the reason. However, I will start making other videos where I mostly speak in Spanish, So people who are already, intermediate, advanced, or even beginners who wants to just challenge themselves or just use the video for, the study time session practice where they're just receiving input in Spanish, would like to have that option too. I'll do some more of that as well. But these ones are mostly in English for that reason, because they're aimed at people who are beginners. But yeah, let me know if you watch this and you're like, hey, I wish you would speak more in Spanish, or I wish you would speak less in English, but still have it there, just a little bit less, so it's less distracting and wasting less time and getting down to the Spanish a bit quicker. Let me know and I'll do it. I'll definitely do it. I want to improve. I want to get better. And speaking of better, I'm probably going to go finish this and start looking for some lights I can buy online, because this situation, no bueno. I don't know why I said that. That's wrong. I've heard it in movies a lot. And that's wrong. No está bien is what we should say. No está nada bien. Muy mal, muy mal, muy mal. This lighting situation here. So we'll work on that. We'll improve it. We'll improve it. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna edit another video. There is another video coming up, so please watch it. If you have a moment after you watch this, go and watch it. I have 2 videos already uploaded, and I'm gonna make another one that I'm gonna be editing today, and I'm probably gonna be finishing it later tonight and uploading that one. So go watch that one as well. That one is about introducing yourself and how to introduce other people to each other in Spanish. So that could be useful for you. And yeah, if you like this video, please do give a like. And if you didn't, well, let me know as well. I want to know why, and I want to know what I can do better so you do like it next time and you find it useful. Also, if you think that you could benefit from this, if you're learning Spanish, or if you know anybody who is learning Spanish, subscribe or send them this channel so they can subscribe, so that I can continue to make more videos for people learning this beautiful language of Spanish. That is it for today. Thank you very much, and nos vemos. Now here's the awkward bit where I try to find out where is the button to end the live stream. Hold on. I see it. There we go. Okay. Bye-bye.